Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Mic Check Podcast. This is T Word, the People's Champ. Thanks for tapping in. Today, we're going to talk about the lightweight division and the triangle that seems to be going on between undisputed champion at 135 pounds, Devin Haney, WBA regular champion, Gervonta Davis, and newcomer to the division, Shakur Stevenson, who's coming off a sensational win over Sashiro Yoshino on Saturday night. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate the feedback. All right, so you have these three guys who have somewhat been dancing around each other for the last few years. If you want to throw in Ryan Garcia, you have what's been somewhat considered the Four Kings. You've got Shakur, the Olympian, who's a great boxer. You've got Devin Haney, who's a strategic boxer who's worked his way from WBC champion, the email champ, as they say, into the undisputed four-belt holder in his division. And then you've got Tank Davis, who's won titles at 130, 135, and 140 pounds, even though he's only had two full championships at 130. He's still one of the marquee fighters in boxing today. So over the last couple of years, you've had Devin and Tank at 135 pounds going back and forth. There's been sparring stories and different aspects of boxing that have been played out between these two, and everybody's ready to see, hey, when are they going to fight? It's come down to the trainers, Calvin Ford for Gervonta and Bill Haney for Devin, getting into it on different social media platforms and YouTube platforms. So this thing is kind of bubbling to the surface. Over the last 3 to 4 months, it's really come to a head where you've got Tank Davis locked into a fight with Ryan Garcia. You've got Devin Haney locked into a fight with Vasyl Lomachenko. And for most boxing fans, we believe that as soon as these two guys take care of business against their upcoming opponents, there's likely going to be an offer sent from Gervonta Davis to Devin Haney's team in order to get it on, right? Well, enter Shakur Stevenson, who missed weight at 130 pounds, losing his WBC and WBO belts, and immediately moved up to 135 pounds after the fight, a victory, of course, and was on his way to campaign to become a champion at 135. Now, he also has a history with Devin Haney, and part of it is just, they're about the same age. They've come up through the ranks together, and they seem to have had some type of mutual respect for each other, even though many believe that Shakur was the better and more talented of the two. Now, with that being laid out, you would think that this is a matchup that everybody wants to see, but unfortunately, the issue that's in the way is that we want to see Tank and Devin first. This has been a fight that's been bubbling and marinating most recently, so we want to see them go toe-to-toe. Now, you could go ahead and mix in Shakur to get the winner, but I feel like Shakur has recently been thrown into the mix, and it's a distraction from the fight that we need to see. We need to see if Tank can actually beat Devin. We need to see if he deserves to be an undisputed champion at 135. And we also need to see if Devin can handle a guy with power that can change the fight with one shot. He's not really been in the ring with anybody that was a true threat from what I can tell. And to be honest, Gervonta Davis hasn't either. So this will be the best test for both men. And I don't want to see Shakur Stevenson come in and upset the apple cart right at the finish line. I like to see these guys fighting that he can get the winner. I mean, he's just gotten to 135, though he's positioned himself as a title contender immediately. I just don't think it's time for him to get in the ring with either guy, and I think that matchup should be safe for later. Whoever emerges the victor would then get Shakur, and he'll have had an opportunity to fight some other people and earn his way to a title shot at 135. Now, for Ryan Garcia in this, the Four King, as I mentioned, he's going to be fighting Gervonta Davis, and he and his left hook will show up to Vegas, and we'll figure out what happens from there. He could be the guy that plays spoiler and just stop Tank, and then we're looking at something totally different. But for the most part, I just want to see some of these other fighters get eliminated from the conversation, at least temporarily, while Tank and Devin get an opportunity to solve their differences in the ring like grown men that fight for a living. Even though Shakur did mention Devin and the fact that he's gotten the best of him in the past, I just think that needs to cook a little bit longer. And even though they're on the same side of the street, as they say, I just don't think it's time for them to fight just yet. So I would love to get you guys' thoughts. This has been T Word for the Mic Check Podcast. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.